I'm going to show you how to make a pattern brush. All right, so first thing you gotta do is you gotta build your pattern. So I'm going to use my shape tools to do this. So I'm gonna start with just making a kind of like the path that I'm going to use. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna create like leaves basically. So I'm gonna start with using a circle or an oval. I'm come in and I'm gonna pinch the tops of it. I'll use my black arrow to kind of adjust the size that I want. And then I'm going to come in, maybe rotate this a little bit. Okay, oops. And I think this would be easier if I made the whole thing, again, black fill, no stroke. And I'm just going to kind of start. So all I'm doing is duplicating the same thing. I'm holding my Alt key down as I go. Okay, now as I do this, something I wanted to do is I want to change the size of this. So I'm going to want to use this for something specifically later, but for now you guys just have fun and see what happens. Oops. Okay. Well, what's on one side I would like to have on the other, so I'm going to select all of these, and then I'm going to find my reflect tool and I'm going to double click on it, and I want to flip it just basically across from itself, so vertically, and I'm going to create a copy. Okay, so now I have that. I'll use my move tool to move it over, kind of line it up as best I can. Now, so I've created this sort of pattern that I want, right? And I want to create a brush out of it. Now, for this, I just want to say you have to, you need to select it all and you need to rotate it so that it's laying on its side like this. So that's your first step, is just get it there. Then you'll hit the plus sign on your brush panel. For this one, you're creating a pattern brush. I'm going to go ahead and click OK, and I'm just going to call this Laurel. Okay, because it's kind of what that looks like. I'm going to let this all be. Go ahead and click OK. So now I have this Laurel brush in here. And I'm going to show you something. So I created another one earlier on where I made it vertical, just so you could see the difference in what happens. Okay, so I'm just going to move this to the side right now, and I'm going to apply this to a circle. We'll start with that. So I'm going to draw my circle. I'm going to make it so it just has a stroke like that. And then what I'm going to do is, with my brush panel open, I'm going to go ahead and click on the one I just made. So it'll do that to it. So this is basically what you guys are going to be submitting to me. Okay, you're going to be creating 4 different of these. I don't need this part right here. What I want is this right here. Okay, so it's going to be applied to a circle, and you can shrink it down, you can make it bigger, whatever. You can also come up here to the top and you can decrease the stroke of it, so that way maybe it doesn't have to be quite so big and you can fit more on a page. Okay, so that's basically what you're going to do. But let me show you what happens if I didn't rotate this around before. So let's say I still have that same circle shape, right? But this time I applied the vertical version of it. If I do that, it creates basically sort of like a snowflake. Okay, so just know that for what our purposes are, I want you to do this, okay? Okay, so that is making a pattern brush. Get creative. You are making 4 of these.